last week on November 15th, 2017, Steve Mostyn, he is a top Democratic mega donor. He's a top donor to both Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton, and helped found a Hillary Clinton super PAC. He was found dead of an apparent suicide, it's being described as. This was a report from CBS. It's a brief description of Steve Mostyn. He's this powerful Texas trial lawyer. Among the nation's largest backers of liberal causes and candidates, he died after what his wife says was a, quote, sudden onset and battle with a mental health issue. He was 46 at the time. Sounds unexpected, according to reports from the family. Again, it's a sudden onset of mental illness. They're describing it as. He helped found this super PAC Ready for Hillary, and both George Soros and Tony Podesta, the brother of John Podesta, former Hillary Clinton campaign chairman, they both worked with Ready for Hillary, both donated to this cause. Now, today, WorldNet Daily had a report on the death of Steve Mostyn. They were point to a few other connections to both Hillary Clinton and the Podestas indirectly involved here as well. Steve Mostyn had died. It's been ruled a suicide. He's a major Democratic donor. He donated $5.2 million to PAC supporting Obama, helped found two other major organizations, the pro-Hillary Clinton super PAC Priorities USA Action, as well as this second group, Ready for Hillary. Now, they had been involved in a number of scandals that actually traced back potentially to Hillary Clinton, and John Podesta could have given some negative press. Seems like it was mostly covered up until this point. Back in 2016, Mostyn, he's the founder of Mostyn Law in Houston. He was focusing on hurricane and hailstorm lawsuits, also contributing to two separate donations to these super PACs. Now, Clinton top lawyer Mark Elias, he's chairman of Perkins Coie's political law practice. He is now on the board for Priorities USA Action. Elias reportedly hired private research firm Fusion GPS to investigate Trump. Fusion GPS, of course, also compiled the so-called Trump dossier. Further back in 2015, the Government Watchdog Foundation for Accountability and Civic Trust, or FACT, had urged the Federal Election Commission to investigate possibly illegal coordination between the Clinton campaign and Mostyn's Ready for Hillary PAC. According to this report, reported back in 2015 by the Daily Caller, FACT had asked the commission to determine whether the campaign illegally accessed an email list of 4 million names from the super PAC. As a quote from this previous report reads, FACT asserts that the list swap should be considered an in-kind donation, which would constitute illegal coordination between the campaign and PAC. After that, previously leading to that, in December 17th of 2014, it was revealed later in an email from then published by WikiLeaks, a Clinton campaign attorney had discussed options for obtaining the list with Clinton aides Cheryl Mills. Cheryl Mills, of course, a top lawyer, longtime ally to Hillary Clinton, Robbie Mook as well. Cheryl Mills forwarded this WikiLeaks email to John Podesta asking about these options of how to obtain this list. Ultimately, the Clinton campaign went through another super PAC to access the Ready for Hillary list. The Washington Free Beacon reported on this, saying, quote, if Ready for Hillary transfers the list to another ongoing entity that is registered as an independent expenditure only committee or super PAC, there is no contribution limit. So the ongoing super PAC would not have to pay for the list. Campaign finance attorney had explained this to Mills in a 2014 memo. The Free Beacon went on to report it would be treated as an unlimited in-kind contribution from Ready for Hillary to another super PAC. They went on to explain that the second super PAC could give the list to Clinton's campaign, so, quote, no payment from the candidate or exploratory committee would be required. So definitely potential for cover-up there. They also ultimately decided, the Free Beacon went on to report that they decided this would be bad press for Clinton. Mook had concerns that the super PAC transfer might run counter to election law and create this bad press. Writing big picture, I'm approaching this from the following position. Does the benefit of a campaign getting the list outweigh the cost in dollars, compliance headaches, and scrutiny, actual FEC investigation, or just hand-wringing in the press, especially early? This is what Clinton's lawyers were worried about at the time. Ultimately, Mostyn's Ready for Hillary PAC changed its name to Ready PAC in April 2015 after Clinton announced her candidacy for the White House. The PAC later shut down, and about a dozen staffers were hired by the Clinton campaign, including another Ready for Hillary co-founder. This was the email they're referring to from Cheryl Mills. It's linked in that WND article. This was written by, this was originally directed to Cheryl Mills from this other attorney. It's forwarded to John Podesta saying, hi, Cheryl. Here are some options for getting the lists, a few key points. We can't give you a number on cost of purchase without doing a match of the two lists. This would require getting both lists to a vendor. Our vendor estimates the cost at $1,000 to $2,000. We believe Ready For could pay that cost. This is the super PAC. They're saying that they could pay for the cost to determine the value of its list. We will also look further into the pricing of appended and updated info. The discussions about this should probably take place between lawyers for the entities who can do so as an effort to make sure that there is agreement. Read the law. It sounds like they're concerned about the appearance of breaking the law here. There should not be a request or direction on behalf of Hillary Rodham Clinton. They don't want a direct request from Hillary Rodham Clinton as to how R4H, this is the super PAC again, disposes of its list. If a decision is made to purchase it, a request may be made for that.